Hello and welcome or welcome back to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff and today we're going to do an exciting 3-in-1 review. I know it's late, but the old saying is it's better late than never, so it is late. This is what we have. We have set number 31161. It's the Medieval Dragon Creator 3-in-1. And if you haven't seen this channel before, just to explain, on this channel, whenever there's a 3-in-1, I go ahead and do all three. So I buy 3 copies so I can give you version 1, version 2, version 3, and then this video where we put them all together and compare them side by side. Now, if you have not watched the other videos, there's going to be a playlist at the end of this video that you can watch, so please do. Also, we're going to talk about the dimensions. We're going to talk about minifigures, which there aren't any this time in this set, none. And then from 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, 10 being the best, I will rate value, creativity, playability, ease of build, and part out value for each of the different versions. And then we're going to go ahead and remind you that this is Enzo approved. This dragon is version number 1. It's the one that uses the majority of the pieces in the set. Just a few extras after building this one. I do like this one a lot. And this one, well, it has a lot to it, but let's get into the first part of the set, and that is this set comes with 715 pieces. It was released in 2025, and it retails for $59.99. That is 8.4 cents per piece, which is a great value. And when we're talking about this particular version, it is 16 inches from the tip of the tail to the nose. It is 15.5 inches on the wingspan, and it is 5 inches tall from the table to the top of this guy's head. And if you're on the metric system, that is 41 centimeters by 39.5 centimeters by 12.5 centimeters. I did not measure the treasure chest, but this is a really good version out of the 3. It's not my favorite though, however. This one does remind me of Dungeons and Dragons because you have the treasure here. I kind of wish it would have came with a little knight with a sword or something, but okay, it didn't. Not a big deal. I didn't dock any points for it. The mouth is movable, so is the head. It can twist and everything, and the wings can expand if you want it to. And the legs are also posable as well. I don't know, I've never tried to have it stand on its hind legs, but maybe it could, I don't know. The tail is also adjustable, and it does move around. So anyways, it's a very versatile set. Oh, and it also twists this way, I forgot. And you could also fold the wings in and all that good stuff. So they did build it with some good techniques and some good pieces to make it very flexible. And on this particular version, I gave you the value of 10. I gave creativity an 8, playability an 8, ease of build a 9, and I gave part out value an 8. And that averages out to 8.6 out of 10 for this version. This was the second version that I built, and this one here, I do like it. In fact, as mentioned in the other video, the review of this version 2, this one reminds me of Legoland Park for 2 reasons. Legoland Park has a roller coaster ride where it has a dragon in the front, and also there's a lake where the dragon's head and then a little bit of a hump and then a tail comes out of the water. And this definitely reminds me of that, and I will show you those pictures now. Also with this dragon, what you have here is there were quite a few pieces left over with this version, but the mouth does open and close. It does have a giant horn, chin hair, whatever you call it, there at the bottom. The head's a little bit adjustable, but with this one, not a lot's adjustable because they want to maintain the curves here. And some of you guys really like them curves. No, I'm just kidding. Certainly not on a dragon, but this isn't the movie Shrek. And the tail is not that flexible, and it is only one-sided, so I didn't really like that. The wings are all right, not very big, but that's okay. It is sitting in the water, so we don't know. And this one here, I gave the value a 10. I gave creativity a 10. Playability only a 7 because it's not that flexible. I gave ease of build a 9, and part out value I gave an 8, and that's an 8.8 out of 10. This one is version 10. Although this says medieval dragon, it kind of more looks like a phoenix to me than a dragon. In fact, it reminds me of the Harry Potter set that's very similar to this, but the wings flap. And this one, the wings don't flap. Not at least, they do manually, I guess, because you could, but it doesn't have the crank in the side like the other one does, or the Harry Potter one. This one here, the wings are a little bit adjustable. I do like the fact that they use Technic axles, so you can pull this right out and have this separate from the stand, or you can just throw it right back on the stand, and it's tall enough that it won't fall over unless the whole thing falls over. So they did a really good job of designing that, and I can understand how hard that could be, especially when you got other versions that you're building and you're trying to use the same pieces to build something else, and so you're kind of limited to the pool you can use. Lego did a really good job on this one. And for value, I gave it a 10. Creability, I gave it a 9. Playability, I gave it a 9. And for ease of build, I also gave it a 9. And part out value, gave it an 8. And that's a 9.0 out of 10. So, out of all three versions, version 2 is my favorite. And that's just because I like how they copied the Lego amusement parks, or Legoland. I think it's really cool that they did that. And I mean, this one's cool too, and so is this one, but this is my favorite, and I always do tell you which one's my favorite version. And honestly, usually it's version 1, the one that uses the most pieces, but not in this case. This one's my favorite. Alright guys and gals, this concludes the review of this set. I hope you guys have enjoyed this set and the review. And if you have, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and leave me a comment below. If you're on Rumble, give it a rumble, or follow the channel. Also guys, if you want to help the channel, there's a few ways. You can make it to PayPal donation, links in the description. You can head over to Bricklink. We've just added thousands of pieces, tens of thousands of pieces in fact, and we're about ready to drop 100,000 pieces here in probably the next week or two. So if you want to help me out that way, buy pieces from me, links in the description. Or the other way you can help me out is by buying some of our 3D printed dividers on Etsy. There's also a link in the description. If you don't have the financial means to help, I totally understand. Just thanks for watching. I appreciate that. And thanks for getting this far into the video. There are other ways you can help that don't require financial means, and one of them is just to watch another video after this one. The more time you spend on the channel, it triggers the algorithm that people want to watch the channel, and it'll push it out to more people. Also, if you want to help out, you can share a link to this video on other social media platforms to let people know we're here. That way you're being my marketing department that I can't afford and don't have time to run. Alright guys, be good to each other, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in my next video.